Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Welcome everyone. I welcome everyone to our regular evening program on Bhagavatam. Can you display now? Okay. Yeah. Good. Namami Swaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam. Sadabheya Lokala Dabamanam Paramrustam Atyanta Todrutya Gopya. Udantam Mohor Netra Yugmam Rujantam Karam Bhuja Yugmena Satanka Netram. Anybody who can play Mridanga? Moho Swasa Kampatri Rekanka Kanta Sita Graivam Damodaram Bhaktivadam. Iti Duksalilare Ananda Kunde Sogo Samnimajantam Mathyapayantam. Kadi Asetage Subhatar Gitatam Puna Prematastam Satavriti Bande. Param Deva Mokshamba Mokshavadimba Nachanyam Brune Aham Vare Sadapiya. Idam Teba Purnatha Gopala Balam Sada Me Manasya Virastam Kimanai. Prasadam te mukham bhojam atyanta nilay Nutam kuntalay snigdha raktaischa gopya Muhuttumbe tambemba raktadaram me Manasya rasta malam lakhyalavaye Namo Devo Damodara Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhadukha Jalabdi Magnam Rupadruste Brustyate Dinam Badanu Ruhane Samamagyam Eryaki Drusya Gover Atma Jau Bhagda Murtai Vayadva Toya Mochitau Bhakti Bhajau Krutau Cha Tatha Prema Bhaktim Sakame Prayacha Namakse Grahamesti Damodareha Namaste Stodamne Spuradipti Damne Todiya Daraya Viswasya Damne Namo Radhikaya Todiya Priyaya Namo Ananta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam Swaram Satchitananda Rupam Asat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Asadadheya Lokaladhabamanam Paramrustam Atyanta Todrutya Gopya Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe.
लेकिन कहाँ फंसा ये?
श्री श्री राधा दामोदर की, कार्तिक व्रत की, कार्तिक मंथ की, श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की, शिला गिरिराज कृष्ण की, श्री श्री राधा रमन जी की, गौर प्रमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Okay, so can you show the translation? To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge and bliss, whose sack-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, whose beautiful is shining in the divine realm of Gokul, who, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter, and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from the swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with the greater speed, to that Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Please read.
Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklet of the pearls around his neck, which is marked with the three lines like a conch shell, is shrinking because of his quick breath due to crying. To this Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with ropes but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisance.
By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy, and he is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in the knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times.
Ramakrishna Garu, please read. I would like to hear your voice.
Hare Krishna. I am reading. You hear my voice?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Balagopala in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart, for what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Please.
O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me.
Thank you. Next.
Dinner.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please read.
O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you, O Damodara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord. Be pleased upon me by showering your glance of mercy upon me. Deliver this poor, ignorant fools who is immersed in the ocean of worldly sorrow and become visible to me, my eyes.
Thank you.
Were delivered from the curse of Narad and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding mortar. In the same way, give to me your own prema. I will beyond this and have no desire for any kind of liberation.
O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer my obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes.
Sri Sri Radha Damodar ki. Okay. So, dear devotees, we will start a new chapter today. We saw how Manigriva and Nalakivara, they were delivered by Krishna, and we will start today chapter 11th of Canto 10. Sukadeva Goswami continued. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam
Amritam
avividitam kalmasapaham Ravana mangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi grunante bhurida jana. The nectar of your words and the description of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations transmitted by learned sages eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly, who spread the message of Godhead are most munificent. So, we are somehow being engaged to do the same thing. Just before this program, we had a program for new students about Bhagavad Gita. And we must constantly endeavor. Today, when I was reading, hearing Prabhupada was telling that everything we do for Krishna. So when the results would come, we should not hanker. Results is for Krishna. As a devotees, our job is to go and distribute books on the streets. December marathon is coming. Our job is to go and do sankirtana on the streets. Okay. So when the results come, we should not be attached to those results. We should pray to Krishna how to use that result in this. And we should give that results to a capable person who can use it in the Krishna service. It's very important. You must know. So that is why in the Krishna consciousness, whatever result we get, we engage everything in Krishna's service again. We should not keep anything for ourselves. If we get more people coming to Krishna consciousness, we should empower them to preach more, go out and spread this message. Instead of feeling, oh, I have preached him, so let him stay here along with me. No. So like that, we have to use everything in Krishna's service. An expert person knows how to use the result in Krishna's service. So this is the meaning of these words also. Tava Kathamrita. Now let us continue. Sukadeva Goswami continued. O Maharaj Parikit, when yamanrjuna trees fell, all the cowherd men in the neighborhood, hearing the fierce sound and fearing thunderbolts, went to the spot. There they saw the fallen yamanrjuna trees on the ground. But they were bewildered because even though they could directly perceive that the trees had fallen, they could not trace out the cause of their having done so. Because such huge tree, ordinary people, have you ever seen how trees are fallen to the ground? How? Then how people do that? Using axe. What they will do? On the tree top, and then 5-6 people will pull it. Then only it will fall down. Okay, it is not so easy. Okay, so obviously this huge yamanrjuna tree, they have fallen to the ground, and everybody was curious and wonderstruck. Krishna was bound by the rope to the ulukhala, the mortar, which he was dragging. But how could he have pulled down the trees? Who had actually done it? Where was the source for this incident? Considering all these astounding things, the cowherd men were doubtful and bewildered. Now you see, as Sri Guru Gauranga Prabhu was telling, Dr. Suvendu Samanta, that when you cut a tree, and we have seen, because in my village, everybody grows palm trees. Nowadays, nobody is growing palm trees. Earlier, people used palm trees. Why, all houses were made from palm trees. When a palm tree is 100-year-old, 50-year-old, there is some age is there. So it is very, very strong. You can use that palm trees as a beam of your house and as a pillar of your house, support. Nowadays, unfortunately, we give up that lifestyle, we brought in concrete and we don't value these palm trees. And so I have seen these palm trees, they will cut and it's very strong. And I see two people parallelly. One will put one strike and then he will lift it. By that time, other will put on the other side another strike. Okay. And they will be rotating also as they put strike. And it is something very nice to see actually. And after they have scratched the surface of the tree, 2 inch deep or 3 inch deep, I don't know how much that they have to figure out. And then before they strike, they would bind the tree top with a powerful rope. And so after it is 3 inch deep from all sides, then 5, 6 people will come and pull that, and the tree will fall down. And it is something that, unless you have seen it, you cannot appreciate how it is done. And here, 2 big yamanrjuna tree, which are very old, 36,000 years. So it is not ordinary tree. And so obviously, they were very bewildered. Then all the cowherd boys said, it is Krishna who has done this. When he was in between the trees, the mortar fell crosswise. Krishna dragged the mortar and the 2 trees fell down. After that, 2 beautiful men came out of the trees. We have seen this with our own eyes. So the cowherd boys are saying, we have seen. We have seen. Right? Small boys, friends of Krishna. All 3-year-old, 4-year-old, some 2-year-old, 2.5-year-old. They are also playing there. And it's amazing. Now what happened? Because of the intense paternal affection, the cowherd man, headed by Nanda, could not believe that Krishna could have uprooted the trees in such a wonderful way. Therefore, they could put their faith in the words of the voice. Some of the men, however, were in doubt. Since Krishna was predicted to equal Narayana, they thought it might be that he could have done so. Like today in Bhagawat Gita class, somebody was asking, how can you explain in this world there are some atheists, some agnostics, some devotees or theists. So like that, there are varieties of cowherd people, and some are saying, you are kidding. Krishna, a little boy can do. Some were thinking, no, there was a prediction, Krishna is Narayana, he might have done it. But you see, the same people, they have already seen Krishna killing Putana, Krishna killing Sakadasura, Krishna killing Trinavarta. They have also have noticed Krishna showing universal form to Mother Yashoda. They also have, this they have not seen, that Mother Yashoda binding Krishna, that they have not seen. They will learn. But anyway, in spite of that, the love for Krishna is so intense for these Brajvasis. They always take him a small child and he must be protected. When Nanda Maharaj saw his own son bound with ropes to the wooden mortar and dragging it, he smiled and released Krishna from his bonds. Okay. So Nanda Maharaj saw Krishna still bound and bound against the wooden grinding mortar. Still he is looking a helpless boy. Although he has liberated Manigriva and Nalakuvada, all the cowherd boys are declaring he has liberated them. But still, Krishna, in front of Mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba, all the elderly cowherd men and women, he is behaving like a helpless child. Right? So when Nanda Maharaj saw his own son bound with ropes to the wooden grinding mortar and dragged it, he smiled and released Krishna from his bonds. You can imagine when Nanda Baba has come, Krishna must be pulling with a great effort. Without effort, he pulled the 2 trees. But when he saw Nanda Baba, his love for Nanda Baba is so much, he entered into his proper childhood state. So he pulled with a lot of effort. He dragged the same mortar which he dragged so easily, now with a lot of effort. And he must be, pointing 2 hands towards Nanda Baba. Baba, Baba. With, how he must be calling, I don't know. But he must be calling, Baba, see how Maya has done so wrong to me. Punish her. Whatever he must have done all things. So, and the details are not here. In fact, in Anand Vrindavan Champu, in details are there actually. And Nanda Baba will lift Krishna and would chastise Yashoda, and Yashoda would be crying actually. And then how Krishna would pacify, because Krishna would complain against Yashoda to Krishna, to Nanda Baba. So that's another deep loving reciprocation between Krishna and Yashoda and Nanda Baba. And all of you know this? I have talked about this, right? So the and you see, these sweet pastimes take place to increase pleasure of everyone, and how Yashoda would cry, and again Krishna would go and pacify Yashoda. Krishna would perform many such wonderful pastimes. Sukadeva Goswami is going very fast speed. He's saying, some other day the gopis would say, if you dance, my dear Krishna, then I shall give you half a sweetmeat. Adha sandesh, dekho. If Brajvasis, they are so opulent. They're saying, you dance, I'll give you adha sandesh. Pura bhi nahi. By saying these words or by clapping their hands, all the gopis encourage Krishna in different ways. At such times, although he was a supremely powerful personality, Godhead would smile and dance according to their desire, as if he were a wooden doll in their hands. Sometimes he would sing very loudly at their bidding. In this way, Krishna came completely under the control of the gopis. The trillions of universes are running as a puppet under the direction of Krishna. Maya, 3 modes of material nature, they are operating as puppet on behalf of Krishna. And same Krishna has become puppet in front of these elderly gopis who have pure parental love for Krishna. Sometimes Mother Yashoda and her gopi friends tell Krishna, bring this article, bring that article. Sometimes they would order him to bring a wooden plank, wooden sword, shoes, or a wooden measuring pot. And Krishna, when thus ordered by the mothers, would try to bring them. Sometimes, however, as if unable to raise these things, he would touch them and stand there, would try to lift it. Just to invite the pleasure of his relatives, he would strike his body with his arms to show that he has sufficient strength to bring it. Nanda Baba, when he would come, when he is about to leave house, then Krishna will lift his shoes, wooden shoes, and put on his head and say, Papa, Papa, your shoe. To pure devotees throughout the world who could understand his activities, the Supreme Personality Godhead Krishna exhibited how much he can be subdued by his devotees, his servants. In this way, he increased the pleasure of Brajvasis by his childhood activities. Once, a woman selling fruit was calling, "Oh, inhabitants of Brajbhumi, if you want to purchase some fruits, come here. Follow, follow." Upon hearing this, Krishna immediately took some grains and went to barter as if he needed some fruits. So a fruit vendor has come to sell her fruits. Krishna, hearing, brought some grains. Earlier barter system was there. You purchase something, so you have to give something in return. And while Krishna was going to the fruit vendor very hastily, most of the grains he was holding fell. Nonetheless, the fruit vendor filled Krishna's hand with fruits. Our fruit basket was immediately filled with jewels and gold. Krishna is bringing some grain. There's a small cage, and these grains are falling. But when fruit vendor saw the beauty of Krishna, his charming smile, she was so purchased. Just looking at him, she tried to fill the hand of Krishna with as many fruits as possible. She had no desire that she would get in something in return. And later, the fruit vendor sees that her basket is filled with jewels. With jewels. So, once after the uprooting of the yamanrjuna trees, Rohini Devi went to call Rama and Krishna, who had both gone to riverside and were playing with the other boys with deep attention. This particular pastime has been rendered as a composition by Bilamangala Thakur. Because of being too attached to playing with other boys, Krishna and Balaram did not return upon being called by Rohini. Therefore, Rohini sent Mother Yashoda to call them back, because Mother Yashoda was more affectionate to Krishna and Balaram. Krishna and Balaram, being attached to their play, were playing with the other boys, although it was very late. Therefore, Mother Yashoda called them back for lunch. Because of her ecstatic love and affection for Krishna and Balaram, milk flowed from her breast. Mother Yashoda said, "My dear Krishna, lotus-eyed Krishna, come here, drink the milk of my breast. My dear darling, you must be very tired because of hunger and fatigue of playing so long. There is no need to play anymore. My dear Baladev, best of our family, please come immediately with your younger brother Krishna. You both ate in the morning. Now you ought to eat something more. Nanda Maharaj, the king of Braj, is now waiting to eat. Oh, my dear son Balaram is waiting for you. Therefore, come back to please us. All the boys playing with you and Krishna should now go to their homes." it appears that Nanda Maharaj regularly took his food with his two sons, Krishna and Balaram. Yashoda told the other boys, now you should go to your home. Father and son generally sit together. So Mother Yashoda requested Krishna and Balaram to return. And she advised the other boys to go home so that their parents would not have to wait for them. Mother Yashoda further told Krishna, my dear son, because of playing all day, your body has become covered with dust and sand. Therefore, come back, take your bath and cleanse yourself. Today, the moon is conjoined with the auspicious star of your birth. Therefore, be pure and give cows in charity to Brahmanas. To see how all your playmates of your own age have been cleansed and decorated with beautiful ornaments by their mothers. You should come here, and after you have taken your bath, eaten your lunch, and been decorated with ornaments, you may play with your friends again. My dear Maharaj Parikshit, because of intense love and affection, Mother Yashoda, Krishna's mother, considered Krishna, who was at the peak of all opulences, to be her own son. Thus she took Krishna by hand along with Balaram and brought them home, where she performed her duties by fully bathing them, dressing them, feeding them. What a wonderful thing. Mother Yashoda is bathing Krishna, dressing him, feeding him, the same person who is the master of everything. What a fortune of Yashoda. Extraordinary fortune of Mother Yashoda. So we stop here. We'll continue, and we'll continue tomorrow. We'll see how Krishna and his entourage, all Brajavasis, they will move from Gokul to Vrindavan. Krishna is now exactly 3-year-old, and he will be shifted from Gokul to Vrindavan. So only 3 years Krishna spent his time in Gokul. Now they have a beautiful palace in Gokul, but they will give up that for the pleasure of Krishna. So that we are going to read tomorrow. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any question? Anshul Agarwal, Krishna has spiritual body, then how he is visible to the demons? He is visible to the demons as a mere boss, not as Krishna, not as a divine person. Krishna's divinity is not revealed to them. Krishna, try to understand this point, that what we experience is a revelation to us. A revelation of Maya or revelation of Krishna. We think that we are seeing. That is your stupidity, my stupidity, his stupidity, her stupidity. We are doing nothing. Are you able to follow? I have given so many lectures I have told. My seeing is simply an experience. My eating is an experience. My touching is an experience. Are you able to follow? So, Krishna is divine. So, he will not be revealed. He will not reveal to someone who is impious. But he would reveal in different way. Duryodhana, he saw Krishna as a coward boy. That is how Krishna was revealed to him. So our experience is always a revelation. Revelation by Maya or revelation by Krishna. Internal potential. Yoga Maya. Maya or Yoga Maya. Clear? Okay. Nowadays, Amsul Agrawal has started asking questions. I have not seen him asking questions. पहले पूछ रहा था कभी? हैं? पहले पूछा है कभी? आजकल पूछ रहा है. It's good. Am I right? Eh? Before, are you asking? No. Now you are asking. That means you have started thinking. That is good. In teachings to Rupa Goswami, mentioned in introduction to Bhagavatam, Lord talks about gradual progression from Santa stage to Dasya stage to Sakya stage. Sir, could you explain how there is competition to go to higher stage, despite each of the stages being complete in quality? Different realm of spiritual planet have different rasa with Krishna. So if you go to most of the Vaikuntha planets, you can go maximum to Dasya rasa. Whereas in Krishna's planet, one can, those who have Madhuri rasa, they can enter. But those who are in Madhuri rasa, they would like to also release Sakya rasa, Santa rasa. I had told you how Prabhupada was explaining. When a devotee who is in Madhuri rasa wants to become a flower and dedicate herself to the lotus feet of Krishna, becomes a flower for some time, Santa rasa. What you are saying is there an evolution? Yes, there is evolution. In the sense, it is not material evolution. And that was explained by Gopakumar in his sojourn from Vaikuntha to Saket to Dwaraka, Jagannath Puri, Dwaraka. And again he has to come back and get trained by a spiritual teacher in Braj Bhakti. And then he went back to, so this is a spiritual journey. If someone, because Gopakumar constitutionally is situated in Madhuri rasa. So until he reaches that stage, he will not be complete. But if you are within Sakya rasa and you attain Sakya rasa, then you become complete. Because every jiva has a specific rasa with Krishna, originally. So you must, suppose you are originally Santa rasa, then there is no need for evolution for yourself, because once you get into Santa rasa, you are in Santa rasa, you are fully satisfied. But suppose you are in Sakya rasa, then because we are progressing in our spiritual life, so we have to go from Santa rasa to Dasya rasa to finally Sakya rasa, where you will be satisfied. Okay, I think we should stop here.
The question is regarding emotion. So, in
things that in spiritual platform also, let's say Nanda Maharaj and Yasodhama, they are also facing like the spiritual emotion like distress also.
Distress, so much of distress. The gopis, Gopi Gita. Gopi Gita is completely songs in desperation. Yes.
So that the question is that that spiritual distress.
But in that spiritual emotion, you have that strong feeling of unitedness with Krishna. When you miss someone, you feel him more within. That's a very high level topic. You love someone, then in Vipralamba, you feel him more and more. So you release him more. Okay? So in absence of Krishna, Radharani would become angry. And then again she would start about Krishna. Then somebody, one Sakhi would tell, why you are talking about him? What a debauchee is he? Then she would make something. And then that would make Radharani further angry. But after some time again, that separation would again make him remember so much Krishna that he would, in a graphic way, narrate or describe Krishna. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpataruvasya kripa sindhuvyavacha patitanang pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Sri Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagwan ki Sila Giriraj Krishna ki Sri Sri Radha Ramanju ki Sri Sri Radha Damodar ki Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.